Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2012 indie film, Safety Not Guaranteed. This is directed by Colin Trevorrow. This stars Aubrey Plaza. This stars Jeff Garlin. This stars Karan Soni. Jake Johnson's in this. We have Mark Duplass playing the character of Kenneth. So you have Aubrey, you have Karan, and you have Jake playing these characters who work at a magazine. And Jake is the reporter, the journalist. Aubrey and Karan's characters are both interns. Jeff Garlin plays Aubrey's father in the film. And Kristen Bell is in this randomly for a hot second. Pretty entertaining. So they are trying to figure out a story. The magazine's trying to figure out what story to do. And they see an article in the wanted ads for this guy who wants to time travel, but he needs a companion. You know, the safety is not guaranteed. That's the last tagline bit at the end of the post. So Jake volunteers himself to go find this guy in this town, you know, south of Seattle. So they're in Washington. And because he wants to hook up with an old girlfriend, but also kind of get the story at the same time. So he has Aubrey and Karan's character with him. They go as interns to get the story. Aubrey winds up falling in love with the guy who plays Kenneth, the guy Kenneth, who is the time traveler, after they do some investigative journalism to get the story. So Kenneth is trying to get back to 2001 to stop his then girlfriend, Bethany, from dying. Bethany is Kristen Bell. And Aubrey is making up a story of, you know, trying to go back in time to, you know, save her mom from dying, even though her mom did pass away, but I'm not entirely sure if her mom passing was true story-wise. But yeah, so she's slowly falling for him. And he's slowly falling for her. Jake Johnson's character is still trying to hook up with the old high school girlfriend. He's also trying to get Karan to get laid because he's like, you're a 21-year-old man. You have your whole life ahead of you, but you have to start living. Things like that because Jake's playing an older character, and it's very entertaining. So as the story progresses, Jake hooks up with the ex-high school girlfriend. She then doesn't want to be with him after all that time. Aubrey still falls in love with, you know, the Kenneth character, but it turns out Bethany? What's her name? Belinda, played by Kristen Bell, was not dead. She's alive this entire time, hence the investigative journalism. So Aubrey goes to have an interview with Belinda to get that side of the story because they're still trying to write an article, but they have no idea what the article is going to be because Kenneth still thinks he's going to time travel. And there's also government officials, you know, following him constantly because he keeps stealing things. So as the story progresses, it's outed that Belinda is alive, and Kenneth's like, oh, so it worked. So, you know, the time traveling worked then. She didn't die. But, like, we don't know if it's actually real or if he's just, you know, a crazy person or if he actually believes what he thinks he is doing. So, at the end of the film, we have the time machine and a little, you know, boat on a river, and Aubrey decides to trust him, and the time machine works, and they disappear. And then she's interviewing him as a time traveler. So I guess the time traveling did work because Belinda is alive. So, magic. I knew this movie existed. It's been 8 years since this movie came out. I just never watched it, and I've always wanted to. And I was flipping through Netflix, and I was like, oh, I've been meaning to watch this. Jake Johnson's in this, Aubrey Plaza's in this, Karan Soni's in this. This is a Colin Trevorrow directed film. I was like, I need to watch this immediately. This was, what, hour and a half? Nothing. Rated R. Beautiful indie film. There's a brief little musical interlude that Kenneth sings. It's a fun, feel-good movie, and especially now with this voting drama that's going on, we need a feel-good movie. So it's good to look to the future. Even though they're going to the past, it's still good to look to the future. So I highly recommend this film. I loved it. I see nothing wrong with it. I love a good sci-fi indie film. Excellent. Job well done, everyone. Mucho mahalo.